Well, hello everyone. It's AKHLYS, the heavy metal picker. Did you like the video I did calling out Carcass? You know, the thumbnail was supposed to be an indicator that the video was indeed a work of satire. Judging from the down votes in the comments, I think I may have done too good an acting job. That video had at least 90% down votes as of this morning, June the 2nd. Oh, you guys are so terrible. But let me say something politically correct here, actually. And that is, sometimes it's best to look for the similarities rather than the differences. Yes, I truly believe this. And I see many similarities in cancel culture today, calling all that out, that which is offensive to the satanic panic, the PMRC, the Evangelical Christians of the late 20th century. So the liberal wackos of today have much in common with the conservative wackos of the late 20th century. Now, these conservative wackos back in the 80s and 90s, they hated rap music, they hated rock and metal music, they hated Howard Stern, they hated various comedians, video games, TV shows, movies. They would picket performances from people like Maryland Manson. When Ice-T's metal band Body Count made a song called Cop Killer, it caused a massive uproar. Then President Bush was even whining about it. And Ice-T's recording contract was then canceled. And Ice-T's music career never recovered, though he has continued to still put out good music. It's just not as commercially viable as it once was. He has had a very successful acting career. Not that any of that matters, because you know, I don't care what he does on TV, but apparently millions of people do, so good for Ice-T. Now, these conservative wackos, these people thought that what they were doing was necessary and right. They felt that their moral code was superior and should be imposed on others. Which brings us to the liberal wackos of today. Much like the conservative wackos who would listen to Howard Stern just to get offended, today's liberal wackos listen to Fox News and other such garbage in order to get offended. They say hate has no place here, but their own hate, their own violence is perfectly okay. They claim to like tolerance, blissfully unaware of their own intolerance. They want to cancel all those who fall short of their strict fascist moral code. They are no more morally superior from the accused fascist they wish to cancel, and they are no different from the censors of 30 to 40 years ago. Recently, Maryland Deathfest had to cancel a band called AKHLYS. I just figured out how to pronounce their name this morning. Their performance due to threats from these lunatics who claim to be all about peace and love and equality and tolerance. Yeah, those people were quick to threaten violence, though. I had no idea who the hell this band was until I heard all these wacko Nazi allegations. So they get quite a bit of exposure due to this bad press. Much like the rockers and rappers of the 80s and 90s who got a lot of exposure due to being called out by the PMRC. Supposedly, AKHLYS has a song title or some album title that has Nazi origins or something, and someone wore a patch that was supposedly a dog whistle for something. Now, these people who look for racism and everything, that they use it using a microscope. And Carcass had a song that had a song title that has Nazi origins. Yes, I know what Arbeit macht Fleisch is about, and I know it has nothing to do with Nazism. I'm very familiar with Carcass, been a fan for almost 30 years, and I know exactly what the song is about. But cancel culture enjoys how they deliberately misinterpret things in order to get offended and shine their virtue signal. So I thought I'd just join in on the fun. So what do you think, guys? Was that cool? Anyhow, cancel culture is nothing new, and it won't go away. It's just going to take on different forms. Groups of people who believe themselves to be morally superior and want to eliminate those who disagree, you know, this has probably been around way before recorded history. Again, it's just taking on different forms. And years from now, It will likely be in a new form, and millennials will whine about it. And their children would say, well, my parents are millennials. They're old-fashioned. They're old and they don't understand us young people. And this cycle is going to continue on and on and on. Now, you've all heard the phrase, those who don't know the history are condemned to repeat it. Well, that's hilarious, because today's modern Western world, we're well aware of history, but we still repeat it nonetheless, and we will continue to do so for the rest of Earth's existence. Tell me what you think.